Big Blue, back at it. We're back here at Telephone 2. We are working on that cedar fence row that we took out. You know, we pushed the trees over about a year ago. Now we're back at it, trying to clean them, trying to consolidate into maybe, I don't know, 5 burn piles. The other thing we were doing, we moved the cows over there. You can see pasture still doesn't look great this time of year, but the cows are out there. They're happy to be over on that new side, and things just look better once you shred. So glad to have the New Holland 5060 back. Dale is a beast, man. He is all at it. More to follow. So if it wasn't for bad luck, you'd have no luck at all. So we finished our day, got back to the barn, basically ready to call it quits. Sit here, pull the tractor in, and we come back about 30 minutes later and look at this lovely gift. So, you know, it's not unexpected. When you're out there using a tractor, kind of like a bulldozer, stuff is gonna break. And, you know, so we're working around all those cedar trees. We try to be careful. We try to remove. I'm constantly picking up sticks and everything to keep from puncturing, but you know, you just never know, man. All it takes is one little stick, one little twig at just the right angle, and pop. There you go. So it must have been a pretty slow leak, so I'm hoping we can get it patched. There's a guy here in the area that does repairs, so I got to call into him, but hey, there's always something. So here's the young herd at Telephone 1. You see these ladies are looking pretty good going into the winter. Body condition could be a little bit better, but for the most part, pretty happy with the way the girls are looking. Not bad. Isn't it funny how they always graze in the same direction? They are definitely a herd animal. That is for sure. All right, guys, more to follow. Good morning, guys. Well, here we are back at the Heritage Farms ranch in Telephone, Texas, feeding a group of heifers this morning. We, you know, I made some cuts. I'm tight on hay, so I decided to go ahead and sell some of the heifers that I'd weaned back in September. So anyway, so this is some of the registered Sem-Angus that we have, and getting a little feed this morning. But beautiful morning. It's like, I don't know, 48, 49 degrees. Kind of a tough weekend. We got a little bit of work done, moving some cedars around, but then we had the flat on the tractor, so kind of been stalled. But hey, glory be to God. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. All things considered, I'm pretty happy. Okay, well, just put down a couple of buckets of feed, mainly just to move these guys from one pasture to the next. So, pretty interesting. So got them taken care of, pretty happy. I want you to check out this little guy. This is my little bonus calf. So I bought a pair last year from a really highly respected registered Sem-Angus breeder. Bought a young cow, had a calf on her side. Well, lo and behold, they had been AI, the cows, after they had calved, had been AI bred to a really famous Brahma bull called Callion, K-A-L-L-I-O-N, which is one of the lowest birth weight Brahma bulls out there. Also one of the best disposition Brahma bulls out there for being docile. And so at the sale, they pregnancy checked this cow, but she was only like a month or so, or 2 months bred, and they couldn't tell that she was bred. So anyway, I actually got a 3-for-1. I got a cow, I got a calf, and I have a new Sembra, which is half Simmental, half Brahma. So you can tell she doesn't really fit my business model, but man, those calves bring top dollars, and she'll be for sale somewhere down the road. So if anybody's wanting a Sembra calf, hey, get in touch with me. I hear they can survive on beer cans and cacti, but I don't know. All right, guys, I'm pretty happy with the cattle. It's been a pretty laid back weekend at the farm. It's nice when everything goes well. Talk to you soon. So I thought I would show you a little bit of an improvement we made, and I apologize for the shadows here in the barn, but we're looking at the Trip Hopper, the T&S Trip Hopper, which is a crucial part of the Heritage Farms feeding strategy. Well, this is the old chute that went on here. And you can kind of see, just looking at it, it's fell upon hard times. And the old chute had some problems. First off, it was a lot longer than this one. We actually cut it in half. But you can see, I mean, you run into stuff, you get close to these concrete, feed troughs. If you don't have the height just right, there's the risk you can bump it or bang it. More importantly, one thing I did not like is that cows would bump into this, and there's a chance they could cut themselves. And I actually had one that got a pretty good gash on the front shoulder because she got pushed into it by another cow. So I've been thinking for a while, and then one of my relatives, a cousin's husband on the wife's side of the family, he actually came up with this idea, and I thought it was genius. So what we did here, we took an old truck bed mat and just cut it down, got some big fender washers so it wouldn't pull through. But now this thing has got a flexible chute, and if you bump it, kick it, run into it, hit anything, it just bends and it keeps on going. Now at some point I'm gonna guess that rubber is gonna break and wear out. But in the meantime, I thought this was a genius fix for relatively no money. We had an old truck bed mat laying around, so cut it down, drilled a couple of holes, and voila, there you go. So T&S, if you're paying any attention and you like this design and you want to steal it from us, that's okay. We can work out some kind of royalty agreement. Hey guys, all right, man. Thought I'd just share an upgrade to the T&S Trip Hopper. Okay, giving you a little bit of an update here on what's going on. So this is where we were consolidating the brush piles. If you remember, there used to be a cedar fence row that went all the way up. We took that cross fence out. Way on the horizon was one we took out. And then this was a pretty massive one that ran all the way down this way. So we pretty much got all of the cedar trees knocked out. Even that big stump is loose, and we're piling stuff up, consolidating, and we're getting ready to come in here and do a little box blading in between the piles, because you can see there's some pretty uneven ground where the roots were on the trees. And so what I'm doing today is I'm literally just walking around, picking up sticks and throwing them on the burn pile. Because otherwise, when you start to box blade, the sticks are just going to get hung up in your blades on your box, and you're going to have to stop and get them off. It just creates more work. So, spending an hour here walking around picking up sticks, A, good exercise, the weather's nice, but B, really helps prepare for the next step, which is box blading this fence row. And you can kind of see the elevation is higher on this side. It's lower here and higher here. So we really need to kind of get this where it's got a nice little dome to it, nice and smooth, and trying to get more grazing land, because man, it is all about grazing, grazing, grazing. But here's an example of what I'm doing today. Coming in here, grabbing that kind of stick and taking it over here and putting it on one of the burn piles. So, all right, guys, thought I would just share a little bit of what I'm doing. Once again, no major project today because we got a flat tire on the tractor. But hey, you have to learn to pivot. That is my word for 2021, pivot. You have to learn to pivot in all aspects of your life. Zig and zag. All right, guys, what do you think? We're gonna have quite the bonfire around here when we get ready.